Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2021 playthrough with the Ineos Grenadiers. And today it is time for stage number 15 of the Tour de France. This is going to be a tough stage and could be crucial, so make sure you stick around for this one. Now, on Tuesday's episode we played 3 stages in a row because really it was a bit of a lull. A couple of flat stages followed by stage number 14, which was hilly, but as you could see, still finished in a flat sprint at the end. So stage number 12 and 13 weren't really worth talking about. But this final stage, we gained a couple of seconds with Bernal, as you can see. That final climb, that Class 2 climb that preceded the finishing line, did bring about bonus time. And Bernal got to that top of the climb first, which got him an extra 8 seconds. But there was no point in burning any excess energy in the sprint, so he finished in 22nd. But Kwiatkowski managed to finish in the top 3. So heading into stage number 15 then, we still have the question of Higuita. Will he drop off? I think that unless Bernal has a bad time of it, he's our only danger really for the yellow jersey now. We've got Pogačar, who's 2 minutes and 44 behind, and Roglic, who's a further 1 minute and 20 behind him. So those were our 2 big competitors in this Tour de France. And Higuita had a brilliant breakaway. They had that massive breakaway. I think it was stage number 9 where they had a huge breakaway, and this breakaway managed to win by a fair, hefty amount. Higuita has kept his own on the mountain stages so far, so it'll be interesting to see whether he continues that today. But Bernal has got the polka dot jersey for now. The points jersey is one I think we've really given up at this point. I know we don't particularly have a sprinter in the team, but it's always nice to go for it. But I think Van der Poel has got that one pretty much tied up. The young rider classification will probably come with the yellow jersey. But we do lead only just by the EF education team. We do lead the team classification as well. So we're heading to stage number 15 today. We're just going to play this stage on the video. You'll see why in a minute, because it is quite a tough stage. A few first class climbs. It's going to be a tough day on the legs. Of course, our main aim is to make sure Bernal does not lose any time, or if he does lose any time, that it's minimal. You know, we've got nearly 3 minutes to play with to the guys behind us. You can see that in the first half of the stage, it's not too bad. I say that because there's one first class climb followed by a feed, so you can give it everything on that climb without having to worry too much. It's really when it starts to become a management process for those 3 climbs after the feed, a second class climb, then a first class climb to come after that, and then the final climb. It's going to be a challenging one today, and as it says there, it's a 3-star stage. So let's get straight into it. It might be a tough one to manage today because everybody, apart from Bernal and Gegenhardt, are in quite poor condition. Bernal and Gegenhardt are sort of in that mid-range. There's no bonus of condition, but no harm either. But Thomas, Yates, Kwiatkowski, all quite low down, as you can see, in terms of their condition today. So it's going to be a tough one. But I think early on we're not going to do too much. I don't think we're going to go in the breakaway today. We have got a rest day to come after today, followed by 3 big mountain stages. So I think that we'll definitely go in the breakaway with someone in one of those stages. But I think today we'll just stick to the routine and we'll just try and make the most of it and make sure we don't fall out and fall behind the big guys. But we'll get the likes of Castro Viejo, Dennis and Gannon to protect our main guys. And I'll probably see you guys at the first big climb of the day. So we're on to the first big climb of the day. You can see that the breakaway is quite large. The only real threat in there is potentially Wellens. Now, we are riding the wheel of Kwiatkowski here. And to be honest, as you can see, even though it is a first class climb, I don't think it's going to be too taxing. So it makes you wonder, A, whether we just absolutely go for it. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to split the field up as much, this climb, because it's fairly stable. There aren't any of those massive gradients that are going to cause much of an issue. It's just a slow and steady long climb, but I don't think it's going to cause much of an issue. Yeah, I think as confirmed here, there's not going to be too much of an issue with anybody making it to the top. You can see that the energy levels are pretty much the same as they are. So, you know, there's no need to really take a feed. The road, I think, as the commentator's just saying here, I think the road does continue to rise a little bit after this climb, as you can see. But we've got the feed, and then we've got the 2 big climbs that will come after this. I think those are really what's going to decide the stage. It might not be as taxing this stage as what I thought it would be, but I think that might be famous last words looking at that final climb of the day. That's going to be a toughie. So you join me on the second class climb, and there's a few going for it here. You can see there's a good pace being set by all, so we're going to have to follow it. The peloton just trying to force the pace to make sure the breakaway doesn't win this. We'll get Gegenhardt to protect Bernal. That's it, perfect. As you can see again, this climb isn't too much of a tough gradient. But things are definitely starting to split up a bit. You can see the peloton has only got 87 riders now. There are a few guys that have fell back into the groups behind. Do we push it with Gegenhardt here? I'm not exactly sure. Because we have got a big taxing climb to come after this. Oh, whoopsie daisy. But it's just a game of strategy here. I know it always is. But it's always making sure you make the right decisions. And you can't make those all the time. And, you know, you can sometimes be a little bit too aggressive and etc, etc. But I think with the break to the breakaway only being 3 minutes, it's not going to be much of an issue. I think that the Bernal, Roglic, Pogačar favourites group, if you like, one of those is going to win this stage, you would say, because that breakaway is being caught pretty quickly here. Just keep an eye on Gegenhardt. He's setting quite a pace. And everybody is starting to struggle a little bit here. So we'll just make sure that Gegenhardt is okay. Just keep an eye on him. And I think we'll just get him to ride here. We don't want him to lose energy. We don't want him to lose any time. We want him to be with us for the final climb of the day because he's the man that we're depending on. And we'll just try and get in the wind of somebody else. I don't think there's any risk in doing that. It's a big pace being set here. Might catch a few out. Looks like Ganna's going to be caught out. You'd say, well, why aren't you using your feed? Well, ultimately, we've got 2 big climbs to come yet. None of these guys are really a threat. I think that this is going to just level out after this climb. But you want to be well placed to make sure that you don't get a banana skin. We'll just follow Pogačar to the end of this climb. I don't think that's the worst thing to do in the world. And just looking at this, there's a little bit of a decline, and then we start definitely the toughest climb of the day so far. So it's going to be a biggie. And the reason why I didn't use my feed is that we can regain all the energy when we come down here. But the 2 first-class climbs are definitely going to be crucial in today's stage. So a short reprieve, and then this climb starts. And I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a high pace again. Some teams just want to get the peloton split up. You can see there's only 43 in the peloton now. That number is nearly halved. Good news is the majority of our guys still here. We've got 6 out of our 8 still here. We'll just try and tag on to somebody if we can. I'm just a bit worried about the threat of us losing time. But Gegenhardt is going to struggle, I think, to get up here. Now we'll use him for now. Hopefully the pace does decrease, or else, you know, those guys are going to start to struggle. We have got a feed in hand, I accept all that. There's a few guys trying to push the pace, but nothing too ridiculous. And the pace just slows down a little bit now. So I think that means that, unless anybody else does it, I think my strategy would be to go for it on the higher gradient where it goes to orange towards the end. Right, Gegenhardt. Everybody's starting to struggle a little bit, but fortunately the pace isn't too taxing, so I think we might be able to regain some energy possibly at this stage. We're not in any threat of wins, so we'll just tuck him behind. You can see Higuita's here, Roglic's still here. We really want Higuita to go out of this really and lose a few minutes. You can see here's the France to Andorra border. That's cool. I like that. Do I need my passport? No? Okay, fair enough. We'll just we'll just go. We'll just be let through. You can see guys, you know, they're retaining the energy to say the least, really. But not much more. But if everybody else is struggling, you know, if our guy's struggling, then everybody else is going to be struggling. That's inevitable. We might have to give our guys their feed. But again, there's another climb to come yet, so I just want to be careful about not using that too early. I think that Bernal's going to be absolutely fine here. But obviously with the driver then, with the rider you are concentrating on, at least you know that you can lose little bits of feed at a time. Kwiatkowski is coming to the front of the group. And we'll probably end up losing him, but we'll just tag on the back of him. You can see Dennis has come to join us as well. But who can we count on here? I think I'm going to go... let's go board with Gegenhardt. I'm going to take half of his feed. Because I think that he's going to be the one that can possibly help out Bernal. And we might just need that little bit of help from a feed standpoint. You can see Gegenhardt's in a fairly similar position to Bernal now. In terms of his feed. So we'll get Gegenhardt to protect him. Just tuck onto the back of him. And the idea at the moment is to floor it when we get to that orange part when the gradient just increases slightly. Gegenhardt might not have the energy. But he's the only one that's going to if there's anybody who's going to have it. Ultimately here. But everybody else is going to struggle, I think. So, 5 kilometre line. We're pretty much nearly there we want to be. You can see Pogačar's right on the back of us. Hershey's right on the back of us. I think Roglič's there as well. So we know that this is one that everybody's taking pretty seriously. And just when we get to this higher bit, probably coming round the corner now. I don't think Gegenhardt's got what it takes, unfortunately. I think for the sake of this, we might have to go out alone. Give him his blue gel. Let him have his blue gel. And once he's took that, we'll go for it here. But what we thought is pretty much confirmed. That one of these big guys is going to win this. And I'm going to get Gegenhardt to put a little bit of a push in. Just for a few seconds. That'll do. That's enough. That's okay. And just persist without limit now. Yates and Kwiatkowski. As long as we know that Gegenhardt's protecting Bernal, he'll be okay. Gegenhardt, protect Bernal. I'm going to just get these guys to take half their feed at this point. This is the idea. Because we want to keep 4 guys with us if we can. That would be great. Even 5 with Geraint Thomas. You can see the pace is starting to decrease now. Just want to make sure nobody goes for it and we're caught a bit unsighted. Okay, that's half his feed took. And then Thomas, take half his feed as well. But we want to keep Bernal in good condition for the last climb, really. But the pace is very slow at the moment. Feels like this is a bit of an opportunity for Bernal to potentially go it alone. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Does make you wonder. Just stick to the back of Gegenhardt for the moment. Don't want him particularly to use too much energy. There is a decline after this. I think we leave it till a couple of kilometres to go, and we might just go for this. Because I don't think that Bernal's going to be in any sort of risk. Oh, Yates is looking... Oh, yeah, Yates took his full feed, that's why. I thought Yates was looking pretty good. I thought that was a strange one. Gegenhardt increasing his pace. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to tag onto the back of him. I must admit, I wouldn't say I'm out of ideas particularly, but I'm just trying to think about something that is a bit of a compromise. We want somebody with us for that final climb, but equally we want to make sure that we trump the big guys. Gegenhardt's going to start struggling soon, isn't he? Maybe that person's Yates. Because Yates has took his full feed at the end of the day, so... Let's try and increase the pace of Yates at this point. Try and get him up with us. Right, there's Bernal. Thank God he's got the polka dot jersey, or else I won't be able to tell him from anybody else. Right, okay, so there's Yates. We'll get Bernal to tag onto the back of Yates. And then we'll go for it. Out of the way, Roglič. Right, Yates is going to go for it. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. Right, we're tagged on the back now. Let's go for a little attack. We don't want to burn excess energy here. Just a little bit of an attack, just to take a couple of guys out of this. Just to split things. Okay, Yates got a little bit left in the locker, so let's keep going. Right, let's stop now, because Bernal's going to start struggling soon. We've only got half a kilometre to go before the top of the climb, so that's absolutely fine. But we have started to split this, you can see again. Only 4 in this group. Bernal, Yates, we've got someone with us. That's going to be key. Bernal, Yates, Pogačar and Roglič. So a good breakaway there from the rest of the group. And we can just recoup all of our energy coming down this climb. Where is the yellow jersey man? He's around, let's have a look. He's around about a minute behind. So he might lose a bit of ground today. Let's see. But we'll come down this climb. And I think the last climb of the day is going to be a biggie. But we're definitely going to be helped by the fact we've got Adam Yates. But at the same time, it's going to be tricky for Adam Yates because he hasn't got any sort of feed left. But if he's going to help us by any stretch, that would be great. You can see I think Gegenhardt and Thomas might catch up. So, good stuff. Right, so here we go. It's going to get pretty tasty pretty quickly. And you can see Bernal's got a good amount of energy. So's Gegenhardt, so Thomas. I think Yates might have to push back a bit here. We'll tell Gegenhardt and Thomas to follow attacks. I think we've been caught napping here a little bit, to be honest. Don't want to lose any time to these guys ahead. Fortunately, we've got a lot of energy, but we might have just been caught napping on this occasion. Oh, dear. This isn't a good sign. Need to catch them. I think we should be okay here. Pogačar's put a bit more of a pace in. We're going to have to just leave our other guys behind, unfortunately. We'll get them to attack. I don't know why they're not attacking. They need to attack and help us out a little bit here. But this has gone to potential ruin pretty quickly. I doubt it, to be honest. I don't see them being much of an issue. Because we can recoup our red energy very shortly. That's it. Okay, that's enough of a gap for the moment. Yeah, we know all that. That's fine. Right, this is tough. The only problem is we haven't really got too much more now to put too much of an attack in. You can see Gegenhardt's catching, but Gegenhardt's going to start struggling. We'll have to give him his red feed, I think, at this point. Give the other guys a bit of a helping hand as well. But we definitely need somebody with us. That would really help. So, we'll just go on board with Gegenhardt. Yeah, he's only there. That's okay. Come on, Tayo. Big push. Big push to catch back up to... Oh, the guy's ahead. Should be with this group now. Okay, that's fine. Bernal slightly lagging behind Roglic and Pogačar. But you know what? It's okay because we've got quite a big lead on them. So as long as we don't lose them completely, it's fine. And we're still in touch with these guys. And seeing as this levels out soon, it might be tempted to put a bit of an attack in of our own. Bear in mind, we've got all our feed left. For some reason, I just completely forgot about that. We could have forced the issue a bit more, I think, with Bernal. Which we will do now, at the end of this tough bit of the climb. Just to try and make sure that everybody else is burned out. Bernal in quite a good position here. Still with half of his feed left. So he can probably attack a little bit more. That's pretty much all of his red gel gone. Gegenhardt's probably going to start to fall behind now, but obviously he's not our main concern, really. Give red gel to the other guys. Don't get too mad for it, but this is good stuff. This is good stuff. The main guys are with us. We've got all of our blue feed left. It's just a decline till the end of this now. So we can pretty much take all of this feed. And there's not much until the end now of this climb. It's been a good job. I think it's been as predicted that one of the main guys would win this. Just turn down the pace a little bit. 2Ks away. So we can keep pushing, which we'll intend to keep doing. Roglic, Pogačar and Bernal, the top three, all in this main group. We don't want to lose too much energy, just need to be careful of regulating that. This is going to be a bad day for the yellow jersey man though, Higuita. He's 3 minutes behind, he's going to lose a lot of ground today. And I don't think he's come to the real taxing bit of the climb yet, so he might just lose more. Okay, with a kilometre to go, we'll push it. Let's try and gain as much time as possible. I can't see there being a problem for Pogačar and Roglic, but if we've got the energy, we might as well use it. Obviously, bearing in mind we do have a nice decline before the end of the stage. And there you can see the stage leaders at the moment. And I'll just give it a big push before the end of this climb. And once again, try and get a few points. Lovely. 8 points for Bernal. And we can just try and chill coming down here now. Roglic has lost 30 seconds there. I think he might well try and get that back. I know it was a comment added after the last stage, or a few stages ago anyway, that we could have really pushed it a little bit more on the descent to try and gain even more time. But there's 4 of us now. 2 from the breakaway, Bogswill and Vellens, and ourselves and Pogačar. Roglic losing more time once again. This is a good day for us, it really is. I think we'll get Gegenhardt to push. And the same as Garant. Yates, Kvatkowski. Everybody push, you know, try and get as much time as possible. Isn't going to hurt anything anyway. It puts the guys ahead under pressure because they think they get a bit excited. Probably won't make any difference at all, but you know what, it doesn't matter. Yep, still 10Ks to make up a bit of time. Roglic now a minute behind us. But this is good stuff, it really is. This is a good day. Another good day in the mountains. We've not made a mistake in the mountains yet. in terms of a big time-losing mistake. So, you know, I think we've really done a good job. We can be proud of this. We're just sticking behind Pogacar for a little while now. Where's the yellow jersey man? There you go, 4 minutes behind. I think there's about an 8-minute gap, so that's going to halve that. And there are definitely tougher mountain stages to come. It's not been as tough as I thought it would be today. There are tougher ones to come. And as I keep saying, I think we've won the battle today, but not quite the one. I mean, Pogacar's stayed with us, but it's okay because we've got a 2.5-minute gap to him. 2 minute 44 to be precise. And do we just have a decline until the end now? Yeah, I think we do. So why not? Let's just tackle this and go for it. Let's try and break away from this group. And try and gain as many seconds as possible.
5 kilometers before the finishing line.
And I think Bernal's going to be okay till the end. Yeah, Pogacar's chasing after us. As you can see, we've got plenty of energy. And coming down this decline, it's not much of an issue. So I think we can force the issue even more. Every second counts at the end of the day. We're coming down this decline, so we can just make the most of this. And Bernal looks like he's going to win the stage. He's not going to be by much to the guys behind, but every second counts. We're going to keep giving it everything, you know, because we've got a lot of energy. This is really good stuff from Egan Bernal. I mean, there's the likes. I mean, Gegenhardt. Yep, keep pushing. Absolutely, try and gain as much time as possible. But 1 kilometre left. Pogacar's going to try and catch some. Might just beat us here. Actually, he's just behind us now. Is this the last straight? It is. Come on, Bernal. Last push. Gain every second possible. What a stage that was. Egan Bernal wins stage number 15 of the 2021 Tour de France. We'll ride on board with Gegenhardt, our second man, just to try and gain as much time as possible at the end of the stage. It's going to be a brilliant finish for Theo Gegenhardt as well, who's going to finish 7th at least. So a very good, very strong day for him. Pogacar second. Madua's going to finish 5th, our old pal from the pro team days. Just put every last bit in with Theo Gegenhardt. Very strong second rider today. He comes across the line in 7th place. Excellent job from him. Let's have a look. Don't think we can really do much with those guys behind. No, we're just going to finish the stage there. But first for Bernal, a top 10 for Gegenhardt. That's a great day, it really is. The stage winner then. Oh man, Egan Bernal. He's been in really top condition for this Tour de France so far. He's been absolutely fantastic. I think I want to say this is his 3rd stage victory of this Tour. I know he won stage number 2. He's definitely won a mountain stage before this. But today it's been really good. Really has. Not the most taxing of stages in the world. And one of the reasons I did go for this is that there is a rest day after today's stage. So we could push it a little bit more. Higuita is still the man who leads that yellow jersey classification. No surprise there. Wellens takes the lead of the best climber classification. But let's have a look at how it sits at the end of the day. We've definitely gained time. Obviously, the guys in the breakaway are going to gain stuff in terms of the polka dot jersey. But the main one is the yellow jersey. Now, I think if we do win the yellow jersey, the polka dot jersey will come to us naturally, I'd say. I would be surprised if we're not close to Wellens in that polka dot jersey classification. What a day that's been for us. Another very good day. Another stage win. A gap of 16 seconds with all the bonuses we had in the end to Pogacar. And a gap of 1 minute 32 to Roglic. Where is Higuita? Higuita finished in 36th place. 4 minutes and 21 behind. It was a bad day for him. And a big gain for Bernal. The polka dot jersey. I mean, Wellens, Jesus Christ. 34 points for Wellens today. So a very good day for him. So that gap might be bigger than you might expect. Bernal still second in the overall classification, but now only 2 minutes and 40 behind Higuita. I think that gives us a lot of confidence. We've got 3 big mountain stages to go, and I think over the course of those, we'll make a big gain. Pogacar moves into 4th place. Wellens still in 3rd. Roglic 6th. You can see, though, we're 3 minutes ahead of Pogacar now, and a whole, well, pretty much 6 minutes ahead of Roglic. Climber classification, we're 14 points behind Wellens, but I think we can recover that. No problems there. And a really good stage for us there. We've taken the lead of the team classification by 8 minutes. What a stage that was. Gegenhardt did a brilliant job, finished 7th. You know, kudos to Geraint Thomas, Yates, who all fought as well, finished pretty well in that sort of Jacob Fuglsang area, who just hasn't been as good this year. Fuglsang was one of the main contenders in last year's game, but it's very much been a three-horse race between ourselves, Bernal, Pogačar and Roglic. But another big stage to come in stage number 16, and that will be played out in tomorrow's video. We are coming to the last phase of this Tour de France now. You can see there are 3 big stages that are really going to decide this. I know the time trial might have some sort of effect, but if we've got at least a 60-second buffer to those behind, I don't think we should have a problem. But we've got stage number 16, which you'll see on Sunday, which is obviously tomorrow's episode. Then stage number 17 on Tuesday, stage 18 on Thursday, and then we'll close out the Tour de France with these final 3 stages this time next week. Just like to make a quick apology for no video on Thursday as expected. The Euros football tournament's been on, and I have to say I've been fully invested in that. I haven't really switched it off for a minute, so Thursday's video didn't happen. But we are back, and hopefully normal service will resume until the end of this tour. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed that, folks. Another good day for us, another day that I think is going to cement our yellow jersey classification, our yellow jersey status. Three big stages to go, but this is definitely a good foothold to start with. I'm just worried that we haven't made a mistake on the mountain stages yet. Is that to come? We'll find out over the next week. If you guys enjoyed that, as I said, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for more Tour de France 2021 content to come. Thank you for your company, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.